Hello, welcome to the video. Today I've got a Commodore 64 cartridge and yeah, I want to put this through its paces. So what we've got here is a cartridge shell, PCB, and yeah, that's about it. So this is a DATEL MIDI cartridge, and that is, we can get out of the packet, there we go. So what we've got is a 6850 chip, a couple of pieces of glue logic, and what looks like an opto isolator, and we've got MIDI ports in, out and through, and this will allow our Commodore 64 or 128 to receive and send MIDI signals. So yeah, all we've got to do is get that in the cartridge, bam, instant MIDI to any 64 or 128. So yeah, I thought I'd do a video on some music. I'm not particularly musical, but who doesn't like playing around with synthesizers? So I reached out, I saw this site online and I reached out to the guy and he sent me one, and his name is Tim Harris, and he runs SHAREWAREPLUS.co.uk. So when I got it, I got this, which is a glossy product brochure, and also this, and there is an awful lot of good stuff on there at reasonable prices. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description to Shareware Plus, and you should check it out. It's got some really nice stuff on there. So the cartridge comes with a printed instruction. This is really all you're going to need, because yeah, one sheet, that's all you need. You've got a few chip locations or memory locations in order to control it, and there's a little example, and yeah, shows you which one's in, through and out. Look at that. It's really that simple. So what we're going to do is we're going to build this up, we're going to put it together and get it in the 64, and we're going to see what software makes use of it, and well, we're going to make some noise. I'm not going to say music, but we're going to make some noise. So yeah, big shout out to Tim. Cheers for sending me that, chap. And let's get this cartridge together and we'll go from there. Okay, so what we've got here is Sid Wizard 2Z version 1.9. I've never really used this program before today. So we've got the DATEL MIDI cartridge in the back of the C128 here, and this is my C128 Neo. A whole ton of cables everywhere else, but yeah, so we've got this hooked up, and we're going to a PC I've got in the corner of the room, and that's going through a MIDI Sport 2.2. Let's have a look if I can just take that out and show you. So yeah, it's just a USB MIDI cartridge, and this is going to be running from a DAW, and that's going to bring it into some MIDI data to the MIDI in on the cartridge, and hopefully play it on the 64. So let's just plug this back in. Make sure that's all hunky-dory. Okay, so with this, what you can do is you can set up your second SID address, your MIDI communication device, and they made quite a few for the 64. See that you can change that here, but the one we want is DATEL. So there we go. We want to listen to all MIDI channels, and this is our SID2 address. And then you can apparently do that, except I've got something wrong there. I don't know what I did wrong there. Let's have a... No, I've screwed that up, haven't I? Okay, so let's just load this tune in, and this is one of the demo tunes that comes with it. So what I did was choose that. It's loading in. You can play the tune with F1. superb bit of kit. And you can use plus and minus to choose a different sound. There we go. This is the one I had a few minutes ago. There we go. I'm not worried about the tune in the background because we're going to be taking MIDI data. So what I'm going to do is, I've just got an old TV tune, and I didn't write this. I've taken a MIDI file and I've made it more presentable than the 64. So let's try this. And there we go. So that's taken a MIDI stream straight from the PC, straight through this cartridge, and played it back on here. And you don't have to take a MIDI stream from a computer. You can plug a keyboard straight into it. And you might be thinking, well, you could use your computer's keyboard. You could, but you've only got a limited number of keys. You can't press more than one key at a time. So having an actual musical keyboard is a lot better if you're going to use it to compose a tune. But also you can arrange it on the PC, get it how you want it, and then play it through and record it into Sid Wizard. So you can do all different things. Let me just cue up another one. Little bit of Captain Scarlet there. So yeah, you can do all different sorts of things by hooking a PC up to it, hooking a computer up to it. Now this takes all of your MIDI channels and plays them with one sound. So if I change the actual instrument, they'll all play through that instrument as well, which of course is a bit of a limitation in this respect. But you would record it track by track and turn off different tracks on the PC. But it's still quite amazing that that last track, Captain Scarlet, was coming through at 180 beats per minute, and it was fine. So the poor old C128 here, and even the C64 can keep up with it. So yeah, this is the Sid Wizard. Let's try a different program and see how we get on with that. Okay, so this is one called Station 64. I've never even loaded this, which is probably a bit silly for jumping into a video. Oh Christ, this looks a bit more involved. So I wonder, what have we got here? No. Oh yeah, okay. Oh right, so F4 brings up a menu. We love a menu. Right, F4 again is MIDI in. Okay, what does this mean? Right, let's see what happens if I play a track. Okay, so this is pure MIDI data coming in. So, okay, that's not really what I'm after. Let's see if we can't. How do you get back? Escape. No idea what I'm doing. Ah, there we go. Right. So there's a synthesizer. Ah. Well, we've got MIDI down the bottom here. So F2 is help. Yeah, okay. I think it's probably some sort of contextual help. F5. Ah, keyboard. Oh, what a nice sound. Unfortunately, I think that uses all 3 channels to get a nice sound like that. Yeah, we don't want drums, do we? Let's go back to... That seems nice and easy, doesn't it? Okay. Well, wonder what happens if we just play something MIDI. It's just working. Now the problem we've got here is this needs a lot more channels and it can't play them all. Yeah, it's missing some as it, yeah. If we go back to this one, no, this is absolutely mangling it. And we've got a stuck note. There we go. Well, what a mess. I'm obviously doing something wrong here. Synthesizer, arpeggio, keyboard. Okay, what we need, presets. MIDI, here we go. Ah, okay. Let's pick the right. DATEL's already selected. doesn't look like it can handle more than one SID. And it's asking you which channels. Okay. Right, let me just change that. Okay, so what I've done now is I've changed the MIDI to map to channel 1 and 2. Let's see if that sounds any better. Let's see how we get out of this. There we go. And we want, is it this one? Let's try this. Oh. Right, this is... I think it's to do with how the keyboard's split up. Yeah. Yeah, now that was some others do have them again, except it murdered it. And I think it's because it mapped it to different places on the keyboard. Oh, okay. I'm not really sure how you would... No. Yeah, I think different things are mapped to different sounds. So, as you can see here, channels 0 and 1 were coming on with the MIDI codes, because you usually get 3 bytes per MIDI, or 2, or depending on what it is. If you've got pitch bend and stuff, you get more bytes behind it. But yeah, this program is something I'm probably going to have to play with. So you can actually do a lot of different things with this. Yeah. So if I turn this off, I should have built in here I don't know why my Neo does this. There we go. Let's try synth car. Now, oh, this has found DATEL at the bottom there. I wonder what will happen if I try and play that now. Well, how about that? Ha! Well, believe it or not, it's the first time I've tried that via MIDI before this video as well, and it's just worked. That's brilliant. You can also, this is more to play live and stuff. Oh Christ, Now, I think version 201 supports a second SID as well. Sound mode. Let's have a look. Portamento. Right. So these 3 change the Omni. Okay. What have we got here? Probably. Alright. Let's try a different one. Well, that's brilliant. So with just a cheap MIDI cartridge, you can bring a whole world of music into your 64 or C128, but obviously you can also take it out again. Now, because you've got MIDI through as well, what you can do is, if you had, say, 4 C64s, you could put one of these cartridges in each one, and you could have it play either 12 channels of music or 4 different 3-channel sounds at once, and you could get some quite complicated sound out of it. Or if you want to make SID tunes, you could always arrange it on the 64 itself, on the PC, and then record it track by track into the 64. So it's really quite good. It surprised me because it's the first time I played with MIDI on the 64, and I didn't know if it'd actually be man enough, but yeah, it's really it's been quite good. Especially impressed with this. So yeah. Okay, so this is a cartridge that I bought quite some time ago before they become unobtainium, and I never really played with it. This is called a MSSIAH cartridge, MSSIAH, and this has got a single MIDI port built into it. It's also got software built into it, and this is a sequencer for your 64 128. So let's just try this one. Bearing in mind I haven't really played with it, so I'll take out the DATEL. There we go. Being as it's only got the one port, you're going to need to choose whether it's MIDI in or out, I suspect. Okay, and it's a very stubby cartridge. Right, let's see what happens. My poor Neo has got this weird reset thing where it doesn't always reset. Just try, and you can see that you've got a video output, but that's a bit strange. Oh. Okay, so here we are. We've got the C64 Ultimate. I've had some trouble with the HDMI, so I've had to come through the regular S video. I don't think it's going to matter a lot because the picture quality is so good on this anyway. So let's fire it up. There we go. The MSSIAH. So let's press a button. Now, although I bought this a long time ago, I still didn't really play with it. So we've got all this good stuff here, and yeah, what are we doing? Sequencer. I think I might have had a quick go when it first turned up, and you've got different screens where you can do different actions. It's all built into the cartridge. Or not. Okay. Yeah, that's not what I was expecting. Apparently it's still running. Right, so we're now back with a bog standard C64C. Right, let's try this again. Here we go. MSSIAH. Oh. Bit of a noisy SID in this one. Okay, so let's go to sequencer. Ah, there we go. Look at that. Now, because we've only got the one SID, yeah, we're going to do 3 channels. I have no idea what I'm doing again. Oh man. Right, so if I navigate around the camera and everything, plug in a joystick. It also takes a mouse, I remember thinking. File, edit, MIDI keyboard. Right. There's no Sid 2. Options. Oh look, different mice, acceleration. God knows what I'm doing here. MIDI mode. What we got here? Hello? I've clicked something to do in MIDI. There we go. That's not bad. Okay. Wow. And certainly not bad for having only 3 channels anyway. So yeah, in this cartridge, let's just go back to first screen. You've got all different sorts of things in here. Bassline, wave player. So if we go to mono synth, this is where you can use the C64 SID chip just as a synthesizer. There we go. And you can change everything that you can imagine across like this. Oh no, this all does that. Yeah, I need some kind of manual for this because otherwise I'm just pissing in the wind. Clearly. Yeah, and this is why you need a MIDI keyboard, obviously. Yeah. Brilliant. Let's just reset this. But this particular cartridge can natively do 2 SIDs, which is really good. Let's see what the drummer is. I do like the way it's all built into one nice little cartridge. Nice. You can also plug in pots to it as well, so you can twiddle knobs if that's your sort of thing, if you're a bit of a knob twiddler. But yeah, then the MSSIAH cartridge is a very nice bit of kit. So yeah, if you're after one of these, you might have to look to eBay or something. They're a little bit unobtainium last time I looked. There might be more floating around now, but it's definitely worth hunting one of these out. Definitely. You've got all sorts in here. You've got a full sequencer. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. P-SID file converter. What's that about? Oh, look at this. Nice. Oh, look at that. Yeah, no SID 2, quite obviously. Well, okay. So this was only a quick video. I haven't made one for a while, so I'm just getting back into it. I say it's a quick video. Even a quick video like this ends up taking several hours, especially after you edit it together, upload it to YouTube, make a thumbnail, yada yada yada. So yeah, anyway, rant over. So yeah, it's only a quick video, just to explore a bit of MIDI. I've not really got into it, but I'm going to have a play with it because I do like playing with synthesizers. If you're after one of these cartridges, good luck, but they're definitely worth getting. Like I said, I've had mine several years now, but yeah, they're worth getting. The big shout goes to Tim Harris for sending me the DATEL cartridge. This is definitely worth grabbing one of these. He's got these in stock. Head over to his website. I'll link it in the description, and I'll put it on the screen now as well. And yeah, it's definitely worth getting one of these for the price of them, just so you can have a play with it. So yeah, big shout out to Tim. Cheers for that. And don't forget, in the description you'll find I'm in a group of other retro repairers, and their channels are worth checking out as well, so give them a look. And take it easy, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.